Hola amigos, and welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, in the excitement of my publication day last week, I forgot that it was also PLR payment day. If you've never heard of PLR, it stands for Public Lending Rights, and it is the money that an author receives from their books being lent out via libraries. So you may think when you borrow a book from a library that the author isn't really going to get anything, and you might feel a little bit bad about that. Please don't. We do get something. So any paperback or hardback book, or also ebooks and audiobooks which are downloaded using apps like BorrowBox, which is one that I personally used, all of those loans count together, and then there is a payment made usually once a year. It differs when in the year it will be depending on what country you live in, but in the UK the payment is at the end of January. So it used to be that we only used to get about 7 pence per borrow, I think, and then it went up to about 11 pence a couple of years ago. But this year we get 30.55 pence per borrow, which is absolutely lovely and much appreciated. And it was such a nice surprise when I checked my email and saw that I had an email from Public Lending Rights to let me know that my statement was available. Now, there is a cap on the amount of money that you can earn. I believe it's currently £6,600. So people like J.K. Rowling, that's what they get. The cap is put there. They just received that £6,600. So I actually looked up a few figures to see how many people do actually get these higher payments. And the number of payments that were made, this was actually like a couple of years ago though, so it might have changed a bit now. This is like 2020 to 21. So only 281 payments were made in the band £5,000 to £6,600. So that's not many at all. Unfortunately, there are still loads of authors who are just not aware of public lending rights and what they have to do to actually receive the money. So in the UK, what you do is you go to the PLR website. It's really easy. You give your name, you give any pen names, and then you put in your books. So you can either do this using the title or the ISBN, or actually the easiest way to do it is just to search for your author name, and then it should bring up any books that are available, and you can just click on them and add them to your account. That's then checked by people at the agency, and then they're added to your account and you get the payments for those. So only books that have an ISBN are eligible for payments, and if it's like a children's picture book, you don't get 100% of the royalties because it would be split with the artist. There's also the case of if there's like an editor, if it's an anthology and there's an editor or something like that, you'll have a percentage of the payment rather than the whole payment, but you can set that all up on the website. It really doesn't take very long. It's really easy to do. I went on to the Public Lending Rights website a couple of days ago and added all of my new books because, to be honest, I had forgotten to add them. So I had my old books available, and actually none of my new ones, I don't think, because they are so recent, they're not in libraries really yet, so it's not like I would have missed out on any payments at all. Oh, and anyway, the payment that I just received will have been for like loans up to a few months ago, so it'll be fine. I think you have until March or April in the UK in order to be able to add any new books so that they count for that year. But yeah, so I went through and I added the 5 new books, the 4 new editions of old books, and my new book, Falling in Love at Nightingale Farm. One of them, for some reason, even though I put in the ISBN and stuff correctly, I think it might have been Starstruck, actually wasn't showing up on their system, but that just meant I added it manually. It only took a minute, and then they'll check it over and hopefully that will all go through fine. So it's really not a long or complicated process, and it is well worth you doing. So before you watch any other YouTube videos, go log in, make sure that all of your books are added, and hopefully you will get a nice little payment next January or whenever your country's PLR pays out. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this little video today. I do hope that it was useful. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already, and if you enjoy this kind of content, and boop the like button. It does make such a difference to my channel, and I will catch you in the next one.